Hey guys, my name's Pelletier-Sutton, and I'm a senior in industrial design at Wentworth Institute of Technology. Today I'm going to share with you a few of my basics and how I start my sketching. When I started learning sketching, I needed to learn how to do a proper line. So I recalled back to high school when my teacher taught us this one technique where we would go back and forth between these two dots on the page, just trying to get as close as possible every time. Then we go a little faster. Just really trying to get that muscle memory and that fast twitch so that we can eventually strike that line from point to point. So from then, looking forward, we can look at those dots, but we're now not tapping. We're just going back with this fast twitch muscle memory and then striking that line. So we've got that dot here, dot there. And through practicing that hover, you can implement this into every single line you do. And you can create your own line pages, save a lot of money on line paper. I don't know, does line paper cost less or more? I don't know. But I do this a lot. I don't just practice lines on their own, just creating lines. I also do it in creating my vignettes and creating the hatching that I do around the borders. So the more and more you practice, the more you'll be able to vary that line length and hand position and how you're comfortable, what angles you're comfortable doing the hatching at, whether it's back this way, or say you need to switch. Sometimes it gets a little uncomfortable, but a lot of the times, like when I'm hatching really fast, sometimes I'm not even looking at any particular point. I'm just blurring my eyes, like just remembering that last stroke, and it eventually fills in the page. As long as I have that one buffer that I know I can't cross, it's usually pretty close, but sometimes I just go over it with a heavier line so you can't see that cross. So moving on beyond the line and then going into your perspective, I practice drawing a lot of boxes in perspective, and I love to draw in just the contour lines because it really makes you think about where that object is falling in space, but it also isn't defining the object 100%. So I could draw that from above, or I could draw that same thing. So now to draw the same object, I'll go and like ghost over this line over here, and that way I'm roughly getting the same proportions. A lot of it's just relaying these, using that quick twitch to relay and get a sense of scale. So right now I can just like create this line. Now it's a 2-point perspective. Vanish. It's actually a lot harder than I'd expect to talk and sketch at the same time, but it's a lot of fun. Kudos to all you guys out there that can do this like it's your day job, or wait, sometimes it is your day job, which is great. I would love to teach, profess, do whatever with design sketching in the future. I started out, say like 5 years ago, watching Spencer Nugent's videos, and I still do, and he's a great example, and he really talks through his thought process very, very well, and easily understandable, and I admire that, and I hope to someday have a technique and a style that's easily understood when taught. So I'm not really focusing on the perspective of my drop shadow right now. The most important thing for me in the drop shadow is just practicing that line work and creating a little ground plane. Now, some of these aren't in perfect perspective, but that's okay. A lot of the perspective can come in time, but it's a matter of mastering your ability to use the pen, and your knowledge of perspective will get better as you practice, and I promise you that. The more and more you look at objects, the more you'll be able to turn them around in space and draw them as you please. It's really important to pick up a product and just study it. Look at it really close on, and you'll pick up these new techniques and new ways to sketch it, and you'll learn about new details you didn't even know were there, like it's a little wall thickness or its little snap feature, and then you can implement that into your next design.